I like these places where you can just scan the QR code at the table, and place your order through your phone, so you don't even have to go to the bar.
Welcome back to Melbourne. Today we're actually going to explore some of our favourite bars in Melbourne, from speakeasies to breweries to just quirky little places in the middle of the water. And that brings me to our first place, which is right here at Ponyfish Island in the middle of the Yarra River at South Bank, where we've just ordered ourselves some nice post-midday drinks. I've got myself a Pimm's cup and Jesse's grabbed himself a Bolter XPA.
Yep.
A little bit of a beer, and we're just going to relax by the water in one of the more scenic places that you can grab a drink here in Melbourne. Also, this is delicious. Yum.
Delish. So about 3 or 4 years ago, Dana and myself were walking around South Bank, and we thought maybe there's somewhere we could go drink, like a distillery. So we googled distilleries, and Starward came up, and we thought, it says that they make whiskey. Let's walk there. And it was a very long walk. We should have caught public transport, but we made our way from South Bank to Port Melbourne. I believe that's where we are. We stumbled on some liquid gold. It's an absolute liquid gold, and we've been drinking a little bit of their whiskey ever since. So to add to our places to go have a delicious drink in Melbourne, we have come to Starward again. And we thought, why not get something that we can taste the range? We've got the distillery flight, which includes 5 of their whiskies. We've got a cheaper blend on the end here, which we've got a bottle of at home. It's delicious, twofold. There's the Nova, which is the single malt, the Fortis, which is the stronger version of that fellow, but in slightly different casks. Then we have, that one is actually the bottle that we bought when we came here 3 or 4 years ago, the Solera cask, which is aged in Apera casks, which is essentially Australian sherry. And on the end here, we have a dessert whiskey, aged in dessert wine cask. Can't wait to try it. That should be a bit sweeter. So we've got breakfast through to dessert. Has a lovely smell, this one. So a blended whiskey usually contains mainly grain whiskey, which is it's a cheaper, more neutral spirit. Because you can get so much flavour and smell out of malted whiskey, they're able to save a bit of money over in Scotland by blending them with a more neutral type of spirit made from grain. That way they can make it go a little further. So this one's a mix of malted barley and grain whiskey, which makes it the twofold, the blend. Cheaper, easier to produce, lots of it for the masses. Time to please the masses. And apparently it's the only Australian whiskey under $80 at the store. You can get it as cheap as $60 sometimes. Oh, it's delish. Just like our bottle at home. Oh, the bouquet is bigger on this one. Yeah, there is something in the blend that is there in the smell that I'm not a big fan of, but in the single malt, that's completely eradicated. It's more rich. This is more like your syrup, but I can only imagine the next one will be even more full on. Yeah, that one's a whole lot more in the mouth than the blend, the first one.
So the first 2 were aged in both American and European oak casks from wineries that you can get to within a day's drive of right here in Melbourne. One of them is just outside Melbourne, the Yarra Valley, and I think we'll be heading there very shortly, as shortly as tomorrow even. The other one is just outside Adelaide, which is a day's drive from here, but quite a long day's drive. And the third one is just American oak barrels from wineries in those regions. This one's called the Fortis, and it's a little bit stronger than the other 2. Oh wow, completely different. That one really fills up your mouth and feels thicker somehow. I don't know how that is. It's a little bit vanilla-y, caramelly, very nice. Jesse was saying he could smell orange peel in this one. I kind of see what he's talking about, but then the thing with tasting notes is you can tell someone that it tastes like anything and they'll probably then smell that. So the next one is the Solera, the bottle that we bought the first time that we came here. I remember it being very banana-y and I'm still smelling that. Yep, banana-y, caramelly. That one feels a little bit more peppery than the last one for some reason, but very delicious. All of these are good. Australian whiskies are pretty great. I don't know what it is. Whiskies in Australia don't take as long to age because of the change in temperature from hotter to colder, like a bigger change in temperature from day to night, which gives the casks that they are stored in the ability to breathe more than they would in, say, Europe. So they actually age quite a lot faster here in Australia. Jesse is, of course, the whiskey connoisseur out of the two of us.
I don't think so.
He's the one who pretends to have more in the tasting notes and the scents, so we'll pass back to him for the last one.
Here comes the dessert one. I'm really enjoying the mouthfeel. It's like there's little tiny coarseness to the liquid that you can just rub your tongue into your mouth. That one's fantastic to just swish around your mouth. Ah, delightful. Tastes like whiskey. Good whiskey.
And now that we've tried them all, we're going to sit here and enjoy what's left of them and the fact that we don't have to drive anywhere for once.
Next stop, Bodriggy in Abbotsford. I've drank a lot of their beers up north. I'm sure it'll be even better on tap. Oh yes, it's even better at the source. Here at Bodriggy, what a joint. It's huge, bigger than I expected, just so nice. What I'm keen to know is where did they get that name, what does it mean, and how do you actually pronounce it? Hopefully I'm not murdering it. I usually say Bodriggy and today I'm changing it to Bodriggy because it's probably that. Great beer, and there's even cheap tacos, you beauty. Mini tacos. Swordfish taco. Lemony, limey and delicious.
And I have some beef brisket tacos. Really like the design in here. It's kind of a cool place to be. Let's see if the food matches up to the design. Wow, that beef brisket tastes amazing. I want 100 of these.
Well, that was awesome. That was delicious, awesome. Beers were great, food was great. The place just looks amazing and I want to go back. We are on Russell Street and we have stumbled upon a whiskey bar. I have it on good authority that this is a great bar for whiskey. Whisky Alement. Let's do it. With a Connemara Turf Moor, extra peated I imagine, and then there's a one from Islay, so that one was an Irish, this one's an Islay from Scotland, definitely peated. That's Kilcoman or Kilcoman Macquarie Bay.
So we have the Scottish and the Irish. Whoa, the peat is strong in the Scottish. A bit more muted in the Irish. Let's start here then. The peat's not really overpowering with that one. It just tastes like a really nice whiskey. That one's got more of the Islay flavours that I know and love from my favourite whiskey, which is Kalila, and is also delicious. A little bit more peated. We're going to enjoy these.
A couple of drops of water in each, and wow, they are totally different now. This one's still similar. This one from Scotland, the Islay one, still is reminiscent of all things Islay and peated. But this one, so the Irish one, I've never smelled anything like this. It smells like cheesy fruit, like cheese and fruit. I guess a platter of those things. The peat's just in the background now. I'm not even noticing. That's weird. Not getting as much of that on the taste. Yeah, the taste doesn't have the cheese fruit. Wow, that is a wacky smell.
But we had a great time trying some whiskies that we've been keen to try for a little while, choosing them off the extensive menu in there with so many bottles of whiskey.
Over 500.
Over 500, holy moly. I'm not surprised. There were so many on that bar. And now we continue our epic bars quest, trying to find ourselves a little speakeasy.
What's in there?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We've come to Jungle Boy, which is a tiki bar in the back of a sandwich shop. And we've ordered ourselves some drinks. This one's called the Rainbow Lorikeet, and it looks very cool. I can't wait to try it. Whoa. So many flavours going on in there.
This one is the Fingerling. Oh yeah. Seems to have... Oh yeah, it's got a rum, sherry, lime, triple sugar, citrus, coconut blast tincture. Limey rum, delicious. Look at this little cherry here. You reckon I can eat it? It doesn't look like I can. This place looks incredible. It's got little cool things hanging off the walls. Dana's got a tree patting her on the head. The bar looks cool. The fit out's really nice.
That's the last one of our great bars that we have to tell you about here in Melbourne. But of course, if you have some that we've missed, definitely comment them below because we'll be back in Melbourne sooner or later and we'd love to check them out.
That list will be in the thousands, but yes, we'll see how we go.
I think my favourite was Jungle Boy, just because it's kind of cool that you go into a discreet sub shop and open a fridge and go out the back. What was your favourite?
Bodriggy was pretty cool, hey? I really like the fit out.
Please subscribe below if you would like to see more videos from us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh, the ogre under the bridge.
That's a bit rude.
What Pim's cuppery is this? And I'm ready to start the sniff. Now let's give Dana a go. Come on, stop hogging. Want me to try it? I can try it.
What's a cheese fruit?
I invented it. It's cheese plus fruit together. It's got all the characteristics.